On your, next to your messy mat, you should have some space for you to open your tray. We're gonna put our artwork vertically. It can be either way. And then you're gonna leave some space for mixing paints. I know in the past we've mixed paints on the paint tray lid. We just have less sinks today because I'm also doing clay right now. So because I have less sinks, we won't have time to clean these trays, so we're just gonna use the messy mat. All right, you should have 3 size paintbrushes. You should have a Big Daddy, a Medium Mama, and a Little Baby. All right, what you're going to do is in between you and your shoulder partner, you have your paint palette. Watch me. Wet side, do I want to get the bottom of my paint tray dirty? No, so wet side's gonna go down. Wet side is gonna go down on the table. Paints, paint trays, water, old dirty SpongeBob's. When you clean your paintbrush, it's a gentle rub, back and forth, back and forth. If you need to put it down. Now, we're going to be using temper paints, and temper paints don't love a ton of water. So we're going to just dry off our paintbrush with a gentle X on Old Dirty SpongeBob, keeping those bristles together. I don't like any spiders. What you're going to do is you're going to put it on your messy mat. I'm not rubbing it all over my messy mat. And you're going to notice when I put paint on my paintbrush, I don't even get to the top of the bristles. Every time you change your color, so right now I'm changing the color, what am I doing? Cleaning my paintbrush. The ones that I don't want to mix, I just paint back and forth, back and forth. I can dip my paintbrush back in the paints to get more of that. Now, here, I'm gonna mix some of this orange into my yellow. Well, we call it yellow orange. Okay, if I want to add more orange. While I'm working over here, you're gonna notice that I'm not washing my brush. But let's say I want some of that pure red. What do I need to do before I dip it back in the paint tray?
Clean it.
Clean it. So I'm gonna clean my brush. You're going to paint the white today. What are you going to do today?
Paint the white.
Paint the white. Look how I'm getting on the edge. See how I'm not scared to let that get on the messy mat? Now the tricky part is don't get your paper moving too much where it's all, the whole back's going to get right in there, right?
Yeah.
Try to find a place where you can let the paint go off the edge onto the paper. If you don't need to mix, you can go straight from the paint tray. You can see where my paint is still wet because it's shiny in the light, and where it is dry because it is dull. So it's a little wet right here, but this is pretty dull. I can, now that it's dry, I can go back over it and I can add some marks on top of the dry paint.